about being live. It's not like there's a whole bunch of people out there that are.
Yeah, my screen now says live on Facebook.
Yeah. So once we get the audio, the microphone figured out on the other computer, then we'll.
What is it called? Yeti?
Yeah.
Big Mac, Little Mac.
What are you talking about?
The name was it? Like, I know it's a Yeti, but what's the name?
Oh, black? Yeah. It's the black edition. Black. Okay. Yeti black edition. Yeti blue black edition. So I had some old hard drives, Tim, and I put them away because I burn them up. You know, I drop them and they crash or something like that. And I've had put away for years, and plug them in tonight, and they opened up.
Wow.
And I mean, I was really surprised. I didn't know what to expect, but I was really glad that they fired up.
This is not.
You get into computers much?
A little bit, not overwhelmingly much, but I mean, I work on them at work. I mean, I do a lot of stuff on iPad right now. That's what I'm on right now. So,
how's that work for you versus a PC then? Must work.
I have with what I do, it's no problem for me.
Yeah. Nice. Do we need a sound card in that? Is that why?
No. It's USB, so it doesn't even go through sound cards.
Oh.
It should just pop up.
Try a different USB port or try restarting the computer.
We have a
file transfer one.
2 of them actually.
So can't do that.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
we don't have to record tonight. That's fine.
I mean, if worse comes to worse, I can just use this Dell.
Huh?
I can just use this. If worse comes to worse.
Plug into it then. Log into Anchor. We think we found a solution. We need more monitors, Tim. I got 2 and he's got 1, but he's got 2, but only 1 hooked up.
Right on.
Hi, Tim.
How's it going?
Good. I'm Zach, by the way.
Zach, by the way.
Yeah. Full name. All right, so Anchor.
Should show me on our page that we're live somewhere, shouldn't it?
On my page, it says live on Facebook in the corner.
That's what I'm looking for, is some indicator that shows me we're live, and I can't find anything. Okay, it says live. Yep. I see where it says live. Awesome. Okay, so that part works. And it says we've been live for 4 minutes, so that's great.
Hi, Charlie.
So did you listen to last night's live recording?
I did not. I missed that.
So that was what we'll go over again tonight. So it's not going to bore you then.
Okay.
Good. So how far away do you think you are from rocking a microphone?
Possibly 5 minutes.
That long? You can't change the world?
No, not yet.
The tech guy always gets rushed.
That's right.
Which password is this?
For that one. That's my go-to.
Is it still Matt at my SWAT team?
No, it's allencastle@gmail.com.
So how do you get all this?
So, what do you mean?
Like the microphone, how do you upload audio to it?
You don't just plug in and
Oh, so you just record.
click new episode and we're live. Oh, did it come up?
I don't
Yeti?
know. I'm not a professional Linux user yet, so it takes me a little while to do stuff on here.
Still figuring it out?
Yeah.
Sweet.
We're looking for sound. We should go and get to sound. That seems like a reasonable place to go. Hey, we got it.
We got sound.
Why is it a speaker? Oh, it's also that too. Can hear me. Not that well though. It's very quiet.
Does it sound like you can hear me?
It gets maybe a third of the way. Here, go ahead and talk.
Can you hear me now?
Wow, now we really can hear you. Okay.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you just want me to click new episode?
Yeah, click new episode. And we're gonna record here too. So we're gonna have video recording and audio recording. Don't ask me why.
Mm-hmm.
So should I do record? Click the red button.
Yep.
Allow stereo. Ooh, that's good.
I'm gonna turn on that for you.
All right. It can hear you. Good. Glad. No, I didn't change anything. All right. I'll have to look into why this doesn't want to work with the Yeti.
Yeah, really. It's weird.
So
So it's live.
do that now.
Everybody, welcome to the podcast. We are here on August 19th, 2019. We're here with Tim. My name is Matt, and we are going to mastermind tonight. We're going to mastermind on establishing a mastermind. What that means is a mastermind is where two or more minds come together in a spirit of harmony, and it creates a third mind. So we're going to talk about masterminds and what they're about for a few minutes. Tim, you've been part of masterminds before. Can you tell us about some of your experiences with masterminds?
Well, it's always great to be part of a group of like-minded individuals that are interested in the same things, and you get to learn from one another. So there's been groups that I've been a part of at church. There's been groups that I've been privy to be a part of at work as well. So anytime that you're able to be with like-minded people and be working towards a shared goal, then that's always a good thing.
Yeah, there's a third mind that's created, and they talk about the third mind. Let me get that book. They talk about third mind in this book. It's called The Other Mind. As you can see, it was written many, many moons ago.
Yeah.
It's making known the unseen powers of the universe and their control over human life. So that was back in copyright
1936.
1936. You can read it good. By a psychological publishing company. So the actual author of this book is Edmund Shaftesbury, but when two or more minds come together in a spirit of harmony, there's a strange phenomenon that is known as the mastermind. And that mastermind gives us abilities to tap into the knowledge and potential of other people. Part of the laws of success were coined by Napoleon Hill. I'm sorry, not part of the laws of success. The mastermind principle itself was the only law of success that was coined by Napoleon Hill. All of the other laws of success that Napoleon Hill outlined in the laws of success in 16 lessons were principles that he learned from 500 of the richest people in the world. So it comes on pretty good, reliable information. After Napoleon studied the richest people in the world for 20 years, it comes on pretty good, reliable information that the laws of success as outlined are a pretty good guide to success. Tim, have you studied the laws of success at all, or are you a beginner at the laws of success? Where are you at?
I would say I'm in between beginner and so I've studied it, but not to any great extent.
So my studies consisted of listening to it over and over again in the truck while I was driving around looking for boss men to sell equipment to. So I don't know if it pounded in my head or not, but I really created a love for the laws of success. And it just stuck with me. Something about it resonated and it stuck with me. So we'll go over the laws of the mastermind tonight, and we're going to talk about establishing a mastermind. I go out of this book, Napoleon Hill's Keys to Success and 17 Principles. This book was copyrighted in 1994. It was put out by the Napoleon Hill Foundation, and it's a culmination of all of Napoleon Hill's work. There were stuff that Napoleon Hill went to his grave that he didn't get to publish. So they brought everything together and they put it into this work 24 years after Napoleon Hill passed away. So it's very detailed in its, if you look at, forming a mastermind alliance doesn't seem like it should have one, two, three, four subtopics and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue topics. It doesn't seem like it should have that many, but it does. And the blessing of having it like this is that Napoleon Hill has literally broken it down for us in step-by-step format to where we have no choice but to understand it. So I would say if you were reading this, you would read fast and you would gain a little information. Although it's a lot of information, the principles, you breeze by them. So forming a mastermind alliance is, if you're going to establish a mastermind alliance, you have to have the reason why. Why are you going to establish an alliance? What is it that you want out of the alliance? And what are you prepared to give in exchange for that mastermind alliance? And we'll go into those different levels of what you're prepared to give in exchange. But a mastermind alliance is built of 2 or more minds working actively together in perfect harmony towards a common definite object. The mastermind principle lets us appropriate and use the full strength of the experience, training, and knowledge of other people, just as if they were our own. Now, we can overcome almost any obstacle we face, no matter what our own education or our talents, if we use the mastermind principle effectively. So obstacles are a natural part of life. And Tim, I'm sure when you've been in your group at work and you've run into obstacles, that being a part of a group brought other people's knowledge to the table and solved problems, have they not?
Right on. Yep.
Awesome. So masterminds can work at all sorts of different levels. They don't have to just be if you want to be successful. I'll tell you about a mastermind that's coming to town here in 2 weeks or this week. It's called School.
Yeah.
School
Right.
is a mastermind, and all of those kids come together and they grow together. And that's a mastermind. That's a wonderful mastermind. Business masterminds. Andrew Carnegie had a mastermind when he took over the railroads. He could call on his engineers. He could call on his bookkeepers and accountants. He could call on his investment bankers and lawyers, and he could get any of the answers that he needed. So Andrew Carnegie used the principle of the mastermind, just like all the other wealthy people. And that's how Napoleon was able to say, hey, I see what you're doing. Although nobody really ever coined it before until Napoleon. And that's crazy. It's like in Tahiti before, when they were still Aboriginal. I don't know if Tahiti is an Aboriginal country, or I don't even know if an Aborigine, I don't know if they're a race. I don't know what really an Aborigine is, but I do know that before modern society hit Tahiti, that there were terms that they didn't even understand the meaning of. Terms like beautiful. They didn't understand the word beautiful. Everybody was beautiful. What do you mean beautiful? Everybody was beautiful. They didn't understand the word. They had never coined the word. Therefore, they didn't live the experience. So just like Napoleon Hill, way back in early 1900s, nobody ever coined the word mastermind. So nobody really knew to consciously put one together. But once Napoleon said, hey, if you want to be successful, put together a mastermind for your success. Then people started to do it, and they started to have astounding results. Now, it's been said that the law of success itself was pulled off of the shelf pretty quickly after it was released in 1923. And it was said because it revealed secrets that the rich didn't want the commoners to know. Now, Kevin Trudeau is the one who turned me on to this knowledge and information. And Kevin Trudeau is the only one that's literally produced the original manuscript for me to review. And I have seen in that original manuscript what he's talking about in terms of the changes that were made. In fact, he published it to anybody that would pay his registration fee to his book club. And I think it was to the tune of $1,500. So it was a Global Information Network, if you're familiar with it. Mm-hmm. So once I got the access to the files, I took copies of it, and I was able to print out about half of the original manuscript. I don't have the other half, but I got the first, I don't know, eight lessons or whatever. And the only difference I see is that book list. And I've tried to find that book list in other editions of The Law of Success in 16 Lessons, and I cannot find it anywhere. It's nowhere to be found. So nobody knows about this book list unless you got it from the original manuscript, which I believe Kevin Trudeau had at some point. Are you familiar with Kevin Trudeau, Tim?
Yeah, a little bit. I've seen infomercials, and I've seen some other stuff of his books.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. He had, he was surrounded by a little bit of scandal. I met him in person. He has some pretty powerful claims as of late, but he is something that I've studied, and I've tried to prove him out whether or not he's legit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's legit in terms of his knowledge, because the things he says seems to make sense. So, but we'll get back to a Mastermind Alliance. The Mastermind principle, no one has ever attained outstanding success in anything without applying the Mastermind principle. No one mind is complete by itself. All truly great minds have been reinforced through contact with others that allowed them to grow and to expand. Now the question becomes, forming a mastermind alliance, how do you do it? What are the steps? And for a model of a mastermind alliance at work, consider a train crew. That's a good way to look at it. You can take the train to its destination if you're the conductor, but you can't put the coal into the furnace, and you can't signal the engineer, and you can't serve the passengers peanuts and all that stuff while you're driving the train. So if the engineer didn't bother to heed the signals along the track, the resulting crash would also cost lives. So it takes more than one person in a mastermind alliance to move that mastermind down the track. And that's what you got to find is, well, we'll get into that in a minute. I'll keep going on this train of thought. Choo-choo. For your mastermind alliance to function properly, you must give clear, unmistakable signals to your crew. They in turn need to be willing to cooperate fully with you. There are 4 simple ways to make sure this is the case. And these are the subtopics that I was talking about. I don't know if, can you read those?
Not very well.
Not very well. They're a little far away, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Forming a mastermind alliance.
Mm-hmm.
Determine the purpose is what that says.
Yeah. Select the members.
Select the members. Determine the
boards.
members.
Mm-hmm.
And then schedule a meeting. So
Mm-hmm.
that is the process for forming your mastermind. So I've got a nephew. He's an engineer freak, and if he wanted to, he could form a mastermind. And he would go by these steps, and he would say, okay, I'm going to determine my purpose. I want to have the best engineering club in Jackson County, where we live. And then he can say, okay, I'm going to select my mastermind. He's going to take the smartest kids he knows, and he's going to put them into that mastermind. Then he's going to say, listen, kids, if you help me pull this off, we're going to have the best engineering club in Jackson County, and that's going to be the reward. And then he goes into say, let's go ahead and set up a meeting. That's how you form the mastermind, step by step by step by step. Now, who sets up that mastermind, guys? The leader. The leader. That's right. And that's what we're talking about is leadership principles here. The guy that sets up that mastermind has a purpose and is exercising the law of creation and is bringing the train on the tracks and is getting ready to take off. Has a purpose. So once we determine our purpose in our mastermind, the first step in putting together the mastermind is to adopt a definite purpose. Of course, who would board a train without knowing where it goes? Obviously, we cannot do this if we not selected our own definite purpose. So we must be certain that the purpose of the alliance is in tune with our own purpose. Or it can be closely aligned. It doesn't have to be exact, but it needs to be closely aligned. You can't have multi-different purposes. If we have already written out our definite major purpose, Tim, do you have a definite major purpose? Have you gone that far into your self-development?
My purpose is to serve to the needs of others by utilizing my gifts, talents, and abilities. So
that sounds like you've thought about it before.
Yeah, it's always about serving to the needs of others for me.
That's good. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful principle. You can't go wrong with the serving approach. It's humble, it's humility, and it opens you up to bigger things. More knowledge, essentially, is what it does.
Mm-hmm.
So if we've already written out our own major definite purpose and the means we will use to attain it, this step will be familiar for you. Writing out the plan for your alliance's success will make you aware of every one of the links of the chain we must forge. So let's take, for instance, this mastermind. This mastermind is similar to Tim's mastermind, where we want to reach our brother man. We want to educate him on the steps and the laws of success. and we want to be able to be there as a support system to be able to help them along the way. The reason for me, I have a reason, is because I went for many years without understanding laws of success, and I spun my wheels, and I don't want my brother man to have to spin his wheels. I want to be able to bring this to him. So writing out the plan for our alliance's success will make us aware of every one of the links of the chain we must forge. So writing out the plan for our alliance's success, there's a plan for our alliance's success in this mastermind, and we have to determine what that plan is, and then we have to write it out. It could be to reach 100 million people by the end of 2019. I don't know what the plan is or what the goal is, but right now we're a simple outreach. We're trying to reach out to our brother man any way we can. So the plan for our alliance's success will make us aware of every one of the links of the chain we must forge. Inevitably, there will be links we have neither the skill nor the resources to join ourselves, just as the conductor cannot simultaneously collect the fares, work the dining car, and keep a hand on the throttle. Now, this brings us to the second step. Select the members of your alliance. Choosing the people will help us attain that goal, and it must be done carefully. We may initially select some people that we later decide aren't appropriate, and we may discover that there are unanticipated needs for the knowledge that must be filled. Trial and error will be part of the process, but there will be two qualities to keep foremost in your mind that will help you to avoid too many surprises. So it's saying, guys, expect to be changing up the members of your mastermind. I mean, if it's your family that's your mastermind, you can't really change them up. But if you're trying to achieve success in your engineering club, or you're trying to achieve success in your business and some guy's not working out, then change him up. Find a replacement for him. And to help you screen it, you got to pick wisely. If you pick wise up front, that's going to save you time on the back end. So the first quality is to pick a guy that can do the job. I'm not going to pick Tim because he's my friend. I'm going to pick him because he understands the environment that we want to open our business in. He's worked in that environment for 30 years, and he's a master at his trade. So I want to pick Tim to be a part of my mastermind because he's got the skills that can benefit the mastermind. He's got the skills that he can bring to the table. And then the other quality is the ability to do the work in a spirit of harmony with others. Without harmony, our alliances will falter. And that's the key fact. We have to understand what harmony is, and it's a resonance. It's a natural affinity for the other person. It's a natural ability to sit back while the other person maybe collects a little bit of glory, or to be able to say, I'll give you the glory, and to continue to be humble. There's a lot of things that fire men up. We're creatures. And if we can maintain that ability to have possession of our own mind, then we're going to have the upper hand. So we work in a spirit of harmony, and without that, it'll fail. Andrew Carnegie had a worldwide search for a chief chemist. He found one, but he let him go after a year later because he brought dissension among the ranks. Now, he signed him up to a 5-year contract, so he had to pay him 4 years to get rid of him. And we must keep thoughts of discord out of our alliance. There must be a complete meeting of the minds without any reservations on the part of any member. So if Tim was here and he didn't really want to give up his information, or if he didn't really want to share his life experiences, and he was just here to serve his vanity because he wanted to be on camera, then his purpose wouldn't be clear and his purpose wouldn't be pure. So then it would interfere with your ability to keep the Mastermind Alliance alive, because that's not consistent with my purpose. My purpose is to help people. We could have the cameras off if it worked, We have the cameras off because people are on because people like video. That's just the simple fact of it. So we must keep any thoughts of discord out of our alliance. Personal ambitions must be subordinate to the fulfillment and success of the alliance. And this includes our own ambitions. They have to be subordinate. Being clear about our alliance's purpose will give us a basis for judging someone's ability to work in harmony with it. So I had a mastermind alliance before, and I never was clear that I didn't want to monetize it. I was always wishy-washy and didn't know if I wanted to monetize it. And it ruined, it didn't ruin it, but it drew out a relationship that wasn't set on a perfect trajectory because we kind of were going two different ways. So it was a bummer, but it is what it is. Think about a group of sales reps being together for a conference. They must ally in general agreement about their goals, but a day or a weekend spent reinforcing their determination, listening to and incorporating their suggestions for the plan at hand will send them away fired up and eager to achieve their goals. Do not let the regular meetings take place of frequent contact between the members. Telephone calls, notes, and even conversations in a hallway will keep the alliance primed for action when it needs to meet in full, so that sudden developments can be addressed quickly. So, masterminds, we're talking about maintaining it. Part of maintaining it is a time and a place. Oh, I jumped to step 4. Holy crud. Well, we skipped over step 3, which is determine our rewards. I'm not going to beat it up too much. Basically, you got to be able to give something back. You're going to give love. Are you going to put somebody in fear? Are you going to get angry with them because they don't perform? No, you can't motivate people like that. Are you going to, sex is another one. That's a motivator. Money's a motivator. There's lots of motivators. When you have a mastermind, you got to determine the rewards. I have a nephew that's joining my mastermind for the success of the business. And the rewards are outlined as throw you cash as I can. And with his age, the understanding is that he's not really expecting a lot of cash anyway, but he'll gain more knowledge that will serve him for his future. So there's a basis for our understanding there. And that is the reward. Now, if we blow up and we go worldwide, of course, there's going to be a major job for him there because he got in at the ground level. But at the beginning of the stages, the expectations are clearly outlined, and it reduces the chances for somebody to be upset on the back end. So step 4 was set a time and a place for a meeting. You got to meet with your mastermind. That's the bottom line. We're going to move on to confidence or maintaining your alliance. The harmony of our alliance is built upon the mutual agreement of our definite purpose, but like any construction, it must be preserved with diligent work. And that's your job as the leader. We should focus on 4 areas: confidence, understanding, fairness and justice, and courage. So with confidence, it's a reliance or it's a trust based on fidelity. We have to have confidence in our members of our alliance. We have to have trust in our members of our alliance. And also, we have to rely and have confidence on our members to be discreet when necessary. We wouldn't want the members of our alliance running their mouths about our secrets. We wouldn't need them in our mastermind. Then we have to have an understanding, a complete knowledge and comprehension of the nature, significance, and implication of a situation or a proposition that the group faces. So everybody has to have an understanding about situations that come into the mastermind. So I made a mistake as part of my mastermind alliance. I brought someone into a mastermind alliance once without consulting the members of my mastermind alliance. And it didn't really cause any problems, but looking back, my responsibility to that Mastermind Alliance should have been to reach an understanding with my brothers. So I made a mistake. You live and you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Now, each member of our group must be convinced that it is a good decision if we are deciding to make a good decision, one in which he or she can support wholeheartedly. So we don't want half support. We want someone to support the whole thing. Fairness and justice. When you form your Mastermind Alliance, each member must agree at the outset of the contribution each will make towards its enterprise. That's huge, man, because if you got somebody signing up for, I had my same nephew, he's part of a business. He's got 2 partners, and he never agreed from the start about the contribution that each will make. Well, now he's stuck doing all the work, and they're getting 98% of the profits. So when you form your Mastermind Alliance, you want to have the controlling hand. So you take and you set the goal, and you be the engineer. So you have to have the courage. You have to meet danger and difficulty with firmness, resolution, and valor. Now I'm going to move on real quick to forming a Mastermind Alliance with yourself. Mastermind Alliance with other people is good, but there's not going to be a Mastermind Alliance all the time around you. So you're going to have to motivate yourself sometimes. You're going to have to get yourself out of bed. You're going to have to do the things that otherwise the Mastermind Alliance might help you do. So forming a Mastermind Alliance with yourself is important, because some people get really separated from themselves and they don't know themselves, and they get past the point of feeling, and perhaps that's how serial killers are made. I don't know. But I know you got to be in tune with yourself, and you can't disassociate with yourself. There's been times in my life where I've been able to see myself disassociating, and I would bring myself back in, no big deal. But some people get lost in it. I mean, can you identify with what I'm saying at all, Tim?
Yeah, I think it's important to have a sense of self-awareness about, who you are as an individual. Right? It takes some reflection. You got to take time to, think about what you're wanting, and look at where you're currently at in your life and where you want to go. It's all about having a vision, I think.
Yeah, you're right. It is about having a creative vision. We're about reaching our 30-minute mark here. So we're going to have to stop a recording and start a recording again. I'm giving verbal directions. So at 30 minutes, we'll stop it, and then we'll start it again, and we'll keep rocking. So that ends the form an alliance with yourself portion of it. And I guess we're going to end it right here, guys. Cultivate many alliances. Cultivate alliances wherever you can. You've got to have alliances with your family, with your friends. You got to have alliances at church. You got to have alliances at school, at work, out in society, in public. I know my brother, he went off on a canoe trip or a camping trip just by having associations with friends that I don't have. So cultivate those masterminds, because that's your network, and that's the energy that comes, and energy will come out of that network. So with that, if you want to reach us on Facebook, we're at facebook.com/4 Northern Direct. That's facebook.com/4 Northern Direct. Thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and end it. All right, we're still live and still recording on Facebook, so we can go ahead and continue to have a discussion. But as far as the podcast goes, we went ahead and completed it.
All right.
So the pressure's
I
up.
appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be a part of that.
Oh man, it's amazing. I'm glad that you're here. I mean, the more that we get in the mastermind, the more people we can help, because people will start to see this as a serious mission.
Right on.
Yeah. I got Anthony, my mastermind partner. Hopefully he'll join us sometime. He's got his own mastermind podcast show. So right now I'm on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Anchor. I've submitted my stuff to iTunes and I've submitted my stuff to Amazon. So I should be on Google Play. I should be on all of them here real quick.
Great.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we just do the recordings and we cover the principles and I just, you know, put in some real feedback there. And it helps having you there because, I mean, even you're on the podcast because they can hear you, you know, we're picking up your voice as well.
Sure.
All the technology we have down here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We got a couple computers going. We got a microphone hanging from the ceiling. Monitors everywhere, laptops, whiteboards. What?
It's already uploaded.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. So to make an episode, you drag it over there, and then we'll label it. I'm going to refresh this Facebook screen and see if we got any other watchers here. Maybe we got some people out there watching in Facebook land. Have you ever done Zoom before, Tim?
Just on another meeting. It wasn't nothing major. I do have a little bit of experience with it.
Okay, so I think maybe some people aren't able to get on it because they're not familiar with Zoom, perhaps.
Okay.
I'm not sure why. Or maybe they just don't want to be on camera. I don't know. I think people would think it'd be cool to come hang out on a Zoom conference, but yeah, we got one person watching, so that's cool.
Hi, one person.
Hi, one person. Welcome to the Mastermind. Yep. So, have you had any business experience in a mastermind, Tim, or is it just your mastermind experience at work?
Yeah, it's just at work, really. It's very minimal. So
Very minimal.
I mean, I've read the Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill, so I'm, you know, somewhat familiar with the concept. So what you're going through now, though, helps me tremendously understand it more. So
good. So there's value in it, and that's what we're looking for. I mean, we're going step by step out of this book, because it's the knowledge base, and it's so much easier to get through than the Law of Success in 16 Lessons. So I prefer, you know, to have a little lighter reading and still have it packed full of principles.
right.
So,
Yeah, stuff that you can apply.
yeah, stuff that we can definitely apply. So you got it in there. Good job.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I've never used Anchor.
Right. We got to label it, and then we'll upload it.
All right.
So.
Oh, that's not the label.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Copy this. Keys to success. And then we'll put in there choosing your mastermind alliance. And that'll be the episode, the name of it. And we can always edit it. Well, Tim, I think we're going to cut it off for tonight. What do you think?
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, we're gonna be back tomorrow night at 8, and we're gonna go over another principle. So it'll be assembling an attractive personality. This one will probably take us a couple nights, but that's okay. So we'll cut you loose for now, but it was good to have you here on the call, buddy.
All right, thank you very much. Have a good week.
All right, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.
Bye.
Bye-bye.